So I don't know what phase she was in, but it says structured and disciplined pickup in the company area. I don't know what any of that shit means. I know red phase, white phase, blue phase, and gold phase, and black phase, I think it was. We got different phases in those. Either way, salute to her for at least trying. She should have done OnlyFans instead. Sell your feet. Maybe that you'd still be here. But rest in peace, young lady. And for her family, no, she won't be getting a Purple Heart. Gunline. Fire mission coming down, y'all. I'm your host, Lopez, and you're listening to the On the Gunline podcast, where we chop it up and shoot the shit like we would out in the field. So go on and pop a squat because it's about to get hot. You are on the gun line now. Stand by. Fire. Mm. Welcome to the podcast, y'all. Check it out. Where have I been? I know it's been about 3 weeks since my last episode. All right. So check it. A lot of things went down between the last time I dropped an episode and today. So let's just jump up into it. The last time I did an episode, I was with the homeboy Aaron Cornelius. If you haven't checked out that episode, y'all need to go check that one out, man. It's really a great story, and great to know what this man is capable of doing, even with the disability that he ended up attaining through war, and he's still knocking shit out though out there. But yeah, that same day as I was recording that podcast, y'all, I ended up getting a phone call. Like I think I muted it and got a phone call, and I don't know if I deleted that out of or edited out of the recording, but turns out that your boy over here, due to Bidenomics, needed to get a job, right? So your boy right here went ahead and for shits and giggles filled out an application at a local I would say home building store, and he got a phone call and got hired, yo. And while it is a huge pay cut from what I was making in my prior career, um, I'll tell you what, it's a lot less stressful, y'all. It really is. So I've always maintained that it's no matter how much you get paid, if you're not happy with the work that you're doing, you're not going to be happy at all, man. Is the pay worth your mental stability? You know, and for me, it wasn't. So that's why I had that year off, and I thought I was going to stay, you know, permanently. Excuse me, on retirement mode, but didn't work out that way. Your boy wants a motorcycle, and your boy's budget doesn't allow for a motorcycle, let alone the modifications that I'm going to do to said motorcycle. So I got me a semi-retired job, and it's going to pay enough to, enough to eventually buy out my motorcycle cash because I'm not financing, y'all. Not financing anymore. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this done because I do want to make sure I get some bills paid off as well. Assist a wife paying some of the bills down, and because eventually in the next couple of years I got to buy my daughter a car. Well, she's probably going to end up getting the Volkswagen, and Linda's going to most likely want a goddamn SUV again. She's already been hitting at it, y'all. But anywho, needless to say, your boy's working again, man, and I'm pretty happy with it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty. It's a trip though, man, because your boy over here likes to be in leadership position. Okay, so I happened to ask my HR rep, hey, what does a leadership position pay at over here, like a supervisory position? You know what I'm saying, for a department? And she told me, and I said no, thank you, because it's not worth the again. mental gymnastics that I will be playing, as well as the drama that comes along with it and all the admin that comes along with it as well. Now, if they were to make it a more flattering number, let's just say it's less than 50. All right. It's less than 40 a year in a supervisory position. If they would at least offer 40, 45 a year for a supervisor position, I would jump on it. You know what I mean? Is it what I was making as a supervisor before? Not at all. Not at all. Like I said, I took a huge pay cut. But again, it's a different environment. It's a much different business, much different responsibilities and accountabilities that go down. So, but your boy's happy. At the end of the day, your boy's happy. And I get to still be the stay-at-home dad during the day, taking care of the kids and shit like that, and taking them to school. And then in the evenings, I'll go ahead and do my night shift and drive a forklift, baby. It was funny, man. They were like, "Are you gonna feel comfortable driving a forklift?" I wanted to tell them I used to drive a M109 Alpha 6 Paladin, but they wouldn't know what that is. You know what I mean? I remember shit. We did on the job training. Man, I didn't even have a god doggone driver's license yet because it got suspended back in California. But fucking Sergeant Roycroft was like, "You ready to drive?" I was like, "Okay." So he threw me inside the cat and was like, "All right, start driving." I had no idea what I was doing. He's like, "Turn the master switch on." The hell is a master switch? I had no idea, y'all. I was fresh off the boat, jumping up in that piece. But, anyways, I guess it's a good way to start talking about what we're talking about today. I mean, it just popped into my head, honestly. I had a bunch of things that I was going to talk about a couple of weeks ago, that going back to the whole K Dot and Drake thing, but we'll probably get into that later. Wanted to talk about, Israel Palestine protests at universities. I wanted to talk about all kinds of crap, all kinds of crap. But honestly, um, going to work and then coming home, I've been sleepy, y'all, and I could already hear Kowalczyk saying, "Oh, yeah, that's just your people. You guys are lazy and always sleepy." I could hear you saying that already, Kowalczyk, but it's all good, baby. It's all good. And I revert back to a certain South Park episode where they were going through the hall of stereotypes of racism and stuff like that. And then they got to the Mexican. They were like, "Oh, here's the lazy Mexican. That's a stereotype that they have for them." And then he gets up, he's like, "Oh, oh no, I'm the janitor. I'm just very, very sleepy." So yeah, but it's all good. They also did the covetous Jew. Anywho, eh, all right. All right. My mind I'm telling you, is going everywhere right now. Getting my cup of coffee in. It is 1:56 p.m. on this beautiful Sunday, Mother's Day Sunday. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the heifas out there, all the mamas, all the mommies, all the single dads that do mom's work. You know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day to y'all, man. You guys are all the what's the word I'm looking for? You guys are the real heroes. So shout out to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. So let's get into it, man. Yeah, working's been pretty good. I've been doing home. I've been looking at things, but the first thing that popped into my mind, I'm looking at my computer right now based on some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about. And the first thing that pops up was this is from the last time that I left my computer on, all right? It was about a PFC Veronica Wynn died at Fort Jackson, South Carolina during Army Basic Combat Training on April 29th, 2024, y'all. All right, so this young lady, if we can call her young, was 39 years old and went to boot camp. Look, man, I don't mean to speak ill of the deceased or the dead, but is it that tough right now that you want to join the military at the age of 39, yo? I mean, good night. What exactly prompt you to want to join the military at that age? I get it that the army is hurting for numbers and for recruits right now, but y'all got to cut it out, man. I think 35 would be the good number to cut it out at, especially, well, I mean, and it's not like basic training is hard. I mean, she was at Fort Jackson, y'all, relaxing Jackson. So I don't know what her MOS was gonna be, but either way, it's relaxing Jackson. It's not like they do hard training out there. It's not like it's known for being one of the toughest places for boot camp. It's not Fort Sill and it's not Fort Benning. All the rest are all just, pretty much Disneylands. Well, then again, I went through 20 years ago. So, god damn, 20 years ago, y'all. It'll be 20 years in November 23rd when I stepped into the 95th Adjutant General at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Holy shite. Anyway, shout out to all those cats that joined with me and that are retiring here soon. Y'all knocked out all 20, man. And I wish I could be there with y'all to have done all 20. Unfortunately, the Army had different ideas for me, but it is what it is. But yeah, dude, speaking of which, let me go back to it. Oh, damn. You know what? We're already talking about this old lady. So check it, man. Maybe the Army should stop letting in people that old, bro. You're going to have some kind of pre-existing conditions by then. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have something wrong with you by then. Your body's not going to be able to keep up with those young 18, 19, 20-year-olds that are coming in. Now, if you had joined at a younger, look, I came in when I was 26, all right? My first day at boot camp, I turned 27 years old, all right? That was November 24th, 2004. Remember, I said I got the November 23rd. So my birthday was that first day at Fort Sill. All right. And I turned 27. And I wasn't the type that was physically fit at all. But I got physically fit there, and except for running. I could already hear you motherfuckers that know me. Oh, fucking slow Pez. I was slow, motherfucker, but at least I tried. God damn it. I still had the heart. You know what I'm saying? Tengo corazón, way. Anyways, but nah, dude. I think 39 is a little bit just too old to be going in there and trying to keep up with the studs. I mean, shout out to the lady for trying, but yeah, Army, y'all got to do better than that. She's from Alabama, and what's to say the investigation? An investigation is being done to conducted into the cause of her death. I'll tell you what it was. She was 39, trying to keep up with 18 to 25-year-olds. That's all it was, y'all. That's all it was. Your heart's going to be pumping. Done, Chief. Done. Because her body isn't conditioned at that time. I mean, I don't know what this lady did prior to joining the military or joining the Army. But if you haven't conditioned your body to get to a certain point at that age, bro, it's going to be tough. And again, man, pre-existing conditions. I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. So I don't know what phase she was in, but it says structured and disciplined pickup in the company area. I don't know what any of that shit means. I know red phase, white phase, blue phase, and gold phase, and black phase, I think it was. We had different phases in those. Either way, salute to her for at least trying. She should have done OnlyFans instead. Sell your feet. Maybe you'd still be here. But rest in peace, young lady. And for her family, no, she won't be getting a Purple Heart. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? That was from the Army Times. Next, we have from the Army Times again. I was going to read this. This came out on April 1st, 2024. I was going to read about this because, as you all know, I am a cannon cocker. I love shooting cannons. Mm-hmm. That was my bread and butter when I was in the Army. I shot cannons. I started off as a fucking basic powder bitch, a round runner, setting up then. I started off on a mechanized unit, and then I went to real artillery, which is, 119er. And that shit right there, thank God I was already a fucking NCO. But being that I didn't know much about the artillery world, I was blessed to have one of my compadres, one of my homeboys, one of my ride or dies allow me to hang out with him and, pretty much be his number one man, be his round runner, and that was my homeboy TC. So anyways, so shout out to TC. Hey, I still love you, big dog, and you're in my prayers every day, big homie. If you listen to this, I love you, homie. Anyway, what you see here is an M777. That is what took over the dinosaur, the beast of a fucking howitzer, which was a M1908. I was not fortunate enough to shoot that. I wanted to shoot the 1908 because to me that was fucking field artillery along with the M119er. The Paladin is the Cadillac. I had a lot of love. I still got love for the Cadillac, but it set us up for failure when we went to real artillery because it was all digital. And let's be real, at least back then, we weren't taught manual gunnery. So if you're asking yourself what any of that means, it just means that if there was a glitch in the system, we're fucked because not a lot of chiefs knew how to fucking do tube to tube or reciprocal lay or fucking God forbid that they had their fucking their gun equilibrated. You know what I'm saying? That's just anyways. I'm not gonna get started on all that. Either way, apparently though, from what I'm hearing, they want to get rid of the artillery out of the field artillery. U.S. Army's towed artillery has reached its end of effectiveness. Official. So, a high ranking U.S. Army official claimed that the service's towed artillery systems have reached the end of their effectiveness, suggesting a move to prioritize to more mobile options. All right. So, what are your more mobile options? You want to talk about the Paladin? Let's talk about the Paladin. The Paladin, while it is a beast and it can reach out and touch someone from many long distances, would not have been effective somewhere like in Afghanistan, for example, simply because you're going to have cops, you're going to have fire bases out in the middle of fucking nowhere. For example, when I went to Cop Monte, you had you had two 119ers, and I think you had a mortar pit as well as maybe some D30s with the fucking with ANA, the Afghan National Army. Um, you're gonna tell me how are you gonna transport a motherfucking Paladin into that area? You know what I mean? How are you gonna do that? Especially as slow as that shit is to traverse from left to right. And if you're getting like, shot at, there was a lot of direct fire going down over at Monty. Think about Bostic. I'm thinking about fucking all these little fobs, these little cops. There's no fucking way in hell that a Paladin would be not effective. It'll be effective, but it won't be the right weapon for that situation. You're gonna want to air assault some motherfucking 119ers up in there because it's in the middle of nowhere, and it's dude, you could traverse that 119er fast as fuck. I'm talking about hands on trails. Bam, pick that bitch up, start switching, change your motherfucking to your DAP or change to your poles or change to your column, whatever you're on. You know what I'm saying? Bam. And then you on it. Boom, 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 boom. Those motherfucking little pea shooters can shoot fast as fuck. It's only as fast as your number one man and your gunner are. So, anywho, I'm getting all fucking I know I probably lost about half the listenership right now because they're listening to me talk about artillery. I love the field artillery, y'all. That's all there's to it. But anywho, yeah, they're saying they're prioritizing autonomous capabilities. Okay. So I personally believe that we have witnessed the end of the effectiveness of towed artillery, said the Fort Star General. The future is not bright for towed artillery. As we speak right now, there is actually a red leg competition going on, the best red leg competition. And it's for let's see, General Raymond T. Odierno best red leg competition to be the best fucking red leg. I fucking wish that we would have had something like that when I was in. All right, because I'm all about competition. I'm all about shooting that shit. I loved it, dog. I fucking loved it. When I won Top Gun over in Mosul back in 2010, I was proud of my section because if it wasn't for my section, we wouldn't have won. The chief could only do so much. It's the section, that makes you or breaks you. And the section that I had, man, shout out to that section. Those motherfuckers, they know who they are. We kicked ass. Fucking it was beautiful. Kerr was my number one man. I had fucking Kerr my number one man. I had my driver Ostrowski and my gunner. I think it was at that time. It had to be Mario Rodriguez. I'm sure that he was my motherfucking my gunner, and we fucked that shit up, bro. My motherfucking servos went down during the middle of the fire mission, one of the fire missions that we were doing. It was dude at the beginning, right at the beginning when we had to do the emergency mission. So we had to do emergency mission. I fired everything up. Everything came back good to go. And as soon as I started hitting my shit, it just stops. Like motherfuck. But guess what? Your boy here, your boy right here, he knows how to joystick that shit. I was joysticking the fuck out of that, man. Made it happen. Made my shots go out. Good to go. Anywho, I would have wished that they had something like this back in the day, man. And it's awesome because it's named after General Ordierno, who was he was a red leg by trade until he went higher in rank, obviously. And I mean, we got a shout out from him because when I was in Fort Carson in 277 FA, Black Sheep, all right, Black Sheep Battery, not whatever the fuck y'all called now. We fired for him when he came in. So, he got his honors and we got to fire for him, with the Pack 75s. And I kept one of the canisters, that we fired for him. Actually, the last round that was fired came from my gun. So I told my gunner to go ahead and put that to the side. Shout out the staff, Sergeant First Class Schnabel, who he was on my team. And I kept that motherfucking canister. So it's right here in my little wall of memories. Damn, 20 minutes, and I don't know what the fuck I've been talking about so far. All right, so check it. That's what's going on with the foot field artillery. Supposedly, they're going to get rid of the towed artillery. I don't see it happening personally. I mean, honestly, to shoot those motherfuckers, if you want to go with like guided type shit, let's be real. That's a lot of fucking money. All right. It costs so much fucking money for MLRS and all that shit that they shoot telephone poles, y'all, during their training. Just saying. So we got thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds saved up right there. I remember we would open up powder cans, man, that they've been powdered up since the fucking 70s. So we got enough, especially if we stop sending them over to fucking other countries of interest that we have no business doing anything with out there. But let me go ahead and let's see what else we got on here. Oh, look at that. And see, that's the 119er right there. He's about to spin that tube to get it in place. So that was the 777 right here. Let's see. Are we going to show the Paladin too? Nope. Paladin gets no love. All right, cool. God damn, the Paladin gets no love whatsoever. But hey, shout out to the motherfucking 100 and worse. Apparently, they're the ones kicking ass right now through that red leg challenge team, or the best red leg challenge or competition. They're the ones kicking ass. But apparently, Bravo Battery 277 Field Artillery kicked ass during their direct fire lanes today. So shout out, man. You guys go ahead and keep doing that thing, kicking ass and taking names in the fucking evening. God damn, my hair is a mess, y'all. Ah, fuck. I want to go back to being bald headed, man. I miss that shit. But my kids said no, so a la verga. All right, what's next? Marine Corps times. I lost it. Damn, son. How did I lose it? Oh, well, must have not been that important. Let's see. Navy times. Navy times. Troop injured in landing craft collision, return to duty or stable. Okay. Oh, duty or stable, whatever. I guess all but one service member injured following a collision between two landing craft while training off the coast of Florida have returned to duty. Hey, fuck it. Drink some water, get your ibuprofen in, walk it off, baby. That's just how we roll. And I think this was part of the Marine Corps times one. So, the Marine Corps is the fucking baby of the Navy. So, all right. Oh, there was something I wanted to read off of the fucking Marine Corps times, though. Let me pull that up right now. Apparently, there was a Marine that was in training through the grenade range who somehow or another dropped the grenade, I guess, and his instructor shielded the student from the grenade with his body, and he survived. So it says, when then Sergeant Brett Mayle saw one of his students inadvertently activate a grenade during Marine infantry training in June 2023, he yelled at him to toss the grenade into the target area. But the student froze with fear. In between 3 seconds and 5 seconds, the grenade would have exploded in a young Marine's hand. Mayle yanked the student out of the training pit and swatted the grenade out with his hand. Unfortunately, it bounced off the wall and landed near the two of them. So Mayle covered the student with his body and prepared to die. He was sad for his wife, what the fuck? Okay. He was sad for his wife, whom he had married 11 days prior. God damn. Mayle, 26, survived blast with extensive injuries and said in an interview with the Marine Corps Times that he acted out of a sense of obligation to his students. I look at the students like I look at my brothers, like my little brothers, said Mayle, who is now a staff sergeant. Brotherhood was what drove Mayle to enlist in the Marine Corps in the first place. He grew up in Texas, of course, where football is basically a religion, and had the importance of camaraderie drilled into him as he played the sport. God damn. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, shout out to that fool, staff sergeant now, Mayle, or Meal, whatever the fuck his name is. Shout out to you, man. That's some hardcore shit right there, dog. That is some hardcore shit. Let's see, what do we got in the Army Times here? I looked up some other news, y'all. So just so y'all know that, just to have something to talk about. So today is point of view. So nothing there, nothing there. I thought I would have had something here on the Army Times, but I guess there's nothing here. U.S. special operations leaders are having to do more with less. I thought they already did that. I mean, that's why they're SF. Anyway, I don't know much about that community, so I will stay quiet regarding that community because SF do their own thing, baby. SF do their own thing. The only interactions I ever had with the SF was out in Jaff in 2012 before I went to Ganbury, where I think his name was J, or was it P? I can't remember. They go by their fucking initials. But he came by and we may or may not have exchanged certain things for other certain things, like cool guy stuff. So anywho, but that was then. And it's been over fucking 10 years. So shit, it's been 12 years. God damn. 12 years since my last deployment, y'all. Holy Jesus, Mary and Joseph. That's cray cray. All right, what's going on in the Air Force Times? This is also from this one updated already. Okay, cool. So apparently this one has to do with some kid who got fucking shot up. Experts say gun alone doesn't justify deadly force in airmen shooting. I don't know much about this story. So there's that. I'm not going to look into it. I don't look at the news, y'all. So there's that. What's next? United States Coast Guard. What's going on in the Coast Guard? I think the one I wanted to read with these motherfuckers was that they seized like a shitload of cocaine. So you know they were partying it up, dog. Let's see. Here we go. Coast Guard offloads more than $185 million in illegal narcotics during Fleet Week in Miami. That's a lot of drugs. Good night. Holy Jesus. The crew of the USS Coast Guard cutter Mohawk, they'll probably change that name soon, offloaded more than 13,803 pounds of cocaine and 3,736 pounds of marijuana, with a combined estimated street value of over $185 million in Port Everglades on Friday. God damn, dog. These motherfuckers was bringing in that yayo. Hey, you know what? That I heard that I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna say the yayo out in Florida. There's some good yayo, man. I'm just gonna say that's what I've heard. All right, that's what I've heard. But it be good, man. It good. In the words of my old platoon sergeant, it good. It good. Shout out to Smoke Norwood, man. Miss you, dog. Smoke Norwood, you You know what? You get a cannon, baby. Smoke Norwood, man. We used to have we were the best platoon in Alpha Battery, 2nd Battalion, 77 Field Artillery out of Fort Hood, Texas, baby. Mm, mm, mm. Whom I started my military career with and ended it with. Anyways, moving along, man. What else did I have to talk about, y'all? What else did I have to talk about? Check it out, dog. I think we all know that fucking Kendrick won that last fucking that rap battle that was going on. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this shit, but that shit was pretty fucking tight. It was fire. But I will say something. I did see a lot of fools saying that this was good for hip hop. This was good for rap. Look, I grew up under gangster rap, all right? Not because just the environment I grew up in, that was the music that I listened to. I grew up to listen to NWA back when they were NWA and the Posse. If y'all don't know about that, y'all don't know about that. Go look up Drink It Up. All right. Y'all don't know about that shit. Anyways, I grew up listening to that. I grew up listening to Too Short type music. I grew up listening to Ice-T. So I grew up listening to that type of music. And I grew up listening to this music that was, funny and it was like small jabs and they would keep that shit on wax, you know what I'm saying? However, this rap battle turned into a goddamn, it's almost sounding criminal, y'all. And why do I say that? Because there were some allegations thrown out there about like diddling stuff, you know what I'm saying? Very diddy-ish. And I don't think that's cool, dog. When you start going that route, bro, yeah, they say nothing's off limits. I get that. However, when you're gonna make allegations like that, you gotta have paperwork behind it, bro. Or you gotta have videos behind it. You can't just do I heard type shit. You gotta have like figgity facts with that shit. Because the next thing you know, you can get that motherfucker hemmed up, put a jacket like that on that motherfucker, bro. If he was to get locked up for just those allegations and something happens to, because something's gonna happen to them. You know what I mean? People that go in with diddling other people, um, it's not looked very what's the word I'm looking. It doesn't look. It's not a good reflection upon them and their character. So when they get locked up, it will reflect. I'll just say that. So anywho, that shit was crazy. I still think that Kendrick did end up winning this shit. However, can we go back to shit like No Vaseline? You know what I'm saying? Can we do that, or can we go back to like King of the Hill? Which was again both of those by Ice Cube. One was against Cypress Hill, and the other one was against NWA. By the way, in my humble opinion, Ice Cube has the best diss song ever, which was No Vaseline, where he by himself took out all NWA. Unlike everybody wants to go to Hit 'em Up. Yes, Hit 'em Up was fucking tight, but it was more than just Pac on there. All right. It was more than just Pac. If it would have just been Pac taking out all a bad boy, then that would be something. But it wasn't just Pac, y'all. So Pac had help on that. So unfortunately, it goes to Cube. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You guys let me know in the comment what y'all think on that shit, man. What else did I have on here, dog? What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. Look, just so y'all know, I'm not kidding. I had shit up here that I wanted to talk about, and you know, it's just this new job's got me hustling and working. So let's see. Next thing we got people who celebrate their dogs' fucking birthdays, y'all. I think I started talking about that because I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw somebody who had put a fucking birthday or like a birthday invite to their dog's birthday. Now, here's the thing, man. Look, first things first, being Mother's Day, just because y'all got fur babies does not make you a fucking mother. All right. That just makes you an owner of a dog or a pet. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Tracking. All right. Next. You know how embarrassed those dogs got to feel when you put on those fucking hats on them? Look at the dog's face. They look all fucking sad, like you're embarrassing the shit out of me. You got cats down the street clowning that motherfucking dog because he's got that pointy little hat. And then what's the worst part? They're having cake around that motherfucker, but he can't eat none of that chocolate cake. That's for the fucking owners of the goddamn dog. You know what I'm saying? And they bring other dogs to run around with this dog. You know, you could just take your dog to the dog park, right? And let them have fun out there. I'm just saying, there's no need to embarrass your poor dog that way, especially if it's a male dog. You already chopped his fucking balls off, took his manhood away. Now you're gonna go ahead and put a goddamn little pony little hat and dress him up in some stupid little clothes, and then say it's his birthday. He don't know what's going on. You're giving him treats he only gets once a year. And then again, you're eating the fucking cake. He can't eat the cake, but you get him some How much money are y'all spending on these motherfucking dogs? With like special treats and special treat invites. Yo, all I'm saying is y'all either need to get a life or you know, y'all sad, y'all. Just is what it is. Yeah, shots fired. Dude, I just feel really bad for the dog, all right? Oh, fuck me running. I just disconnected something. Hopefully you can still hear me. And I think you can still hear me. All right, bet. So, yeah, it's for the owners more than it is for the dogs. So please stop putting that party hat on the dogs. Please, please, please. Stop putting makeup on your dogs. Stop dressing them up. You know, the only thing I could think of when you guys are doing that type of shit, I think of Buffalo Bill and from Silence of the Lambs. You know, and I for some reason I picture y'all like, you know, dancing to that one song. What is it? Goodbye Horses. And you're in the back and like putting on the makeup on them. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I think that's the level of crazy that y'all at. All right. That's the level of crazy that I think y'all at. I'm just saying. All right. So Israel Palestine protests at universities. All right. I wanted to talk about this because check this out. First things first, I'm going to say this. Being pro Palestine does not make me anti Jew. Being pro Palestine does not make me hate Jews. Being pro Palestine does not mean I support Hamas or any other terrorist group. All right. What I acknowledge is that the Palestinian people are being genocided, in my opinion, is what it looks like. All right. The same thing that was done to them, Jews, in Germany seems to be what's happening right now in the land of Israel. You know, could there be a one state solution where, you know, where the Palestinians will get the same treatment as the Israelis do? That'd be great, but it's not going to happen because they don't look at them like of the same class or same caliber. For some reason, I think that they believe that the Palestinians or the Muslims are beneath them. You know what I'm saying? And that's a pretty shitty way to look at them. And again, this is just my opinion, and take it for what it's worth. You know, I believe that they have this agenda where they want to get rid of them, send them to, you know, to Saudi Arabia, send them to Qatar, send them to Syria or whatnot. Why? That was their home. They've been there for generations upon generations. Why would you move them? You know what I mean? It's pretty shitty. So either make a two-state solution like they did, you know, and live by it. And I get it that, you know, it wasn't the Palestinians that did this, it was Hamas that did it. All right. Look, did we go okay, what do they say? You can't blame every person in one race for the actions of some. Okay. You know, but Israel, you're not making it easier for people to support you when you're just fucking going out there with without regard, with no regard or nor care towards children, you know, towards the innocent. I'll say the innocent because there are women that are out there that can be working with Hamas. There are children as well that could be out there working with them. How do I know? Because I lived it out in Iraq, where they would use, different people for different missions that they were doing. So, anyways, so I'm saying that to get at this. Look, y'all protesters, I feel bad for your parents because you guys are wasting money on an education that they're paying for. Not only them, but also the taxpayers, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that have financial aid, which, I'm sure comes from our taxes because it's the government paying for it. So thanks a lot for, just wasting that money there. And that goes on both sides. And yeah, you can go and voice your opinion. And one thing I will say is this, though I don't believe in a lot of the rhetoric that is said, I am whether it's to the point of like where you're saying things that are full of racial hate, I still have to say that I do support your right to do it. All right. I support your right to do it because at the end of the day, it's free speech. And hate speech is falls under free speech. I mean, that's all there's to it. So yeah. Oh, look, you can see my axolotl right now. There he is right there. If you see my finger, there's my axolotl right there, just creeping up to the corner. That right there, that is Uncle Sal. I wonder if you can see Manny. Nope, Manny is not out. So Manny will be in the back one over there. But yeah, so again, I think that hate speech is free speech. America needs to keep their fucking asses out of it. If you guys want to protest it so bad, why don't y'all jump on a plane and go over there? Like the money that's being wasted on your colleges, do this. Use that money to get a plane ticket to fly out there, and you can go protest out there. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, there's fools that are still trying to get an education that don't give a shit about what's going on over there, and you guys are affecting them and their right to get an education. All right, especially since they're paying for it. So, not only that, y'all do understand that this everything now gets recorded. So, you're gonna graduate if you graduate with your shit already pre-exposed about your feelings towards certain things. I'm just saying that to say that, man. What else we got? Ukraine versus Russia. I guess we finally bowed down and gave them more munitions and shit like that. Dude, I want to say this. Either jump in or get the fuck out. Jump in or get the fuck out because honestly, you're just causing a lot of tension between not even tension, but a lot of stress, unneeded stress to your soldiers here in the States. I mean, you got some of them that want to go out there. Fuck it. So either pop off and head out over there and let's fucking go home or go hard or go home. But this war against Russia by proxy, this is what happened when we supported the Talibanese to fight, which was Mujahideen, to fight the old Russians out there in Afghanistan. And let's see, history tells us how that ended up, okay? Just saying. So either get in or get the fuck out. Let them handle their own business. Let the rest of Europe back their asses up. The U.S. cannot be the world fucking police. So stay out of what's going on in Israel. Don't pick fucking sides and stop saying that we're their best fucking friends when we're not. We're not. And let's stay out of the fucking business of what's going on in fucking Russia, Ukraine. That's all I'm saying. All right. All right. Last but not least, I'll talk about a little bit of entertainment. The Cat Williams special that came out, it was all right. It wasn't what I expected it to be. It wasn't no fucking it's pimping, and it wasn't no Pimp Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? But it was all right. It was cool. It was worth a look. I'll tell you what was good though. was that Tom Brady roast. Holy shit. To me, the one that had the best was Nikki Glazer with the whole, you know, talking about Tom Brady and the motherfucking crypto, where where she makes fun like Gronk, like I know that me know not real money. That shit had my ass dying, dog. Now Tony Hinchcliffe did his thing, and of course Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. God damn, and I haven't seen something what's the word, bomb that bad since shit bombs over Baghdad, back in the initial invasion. So, and I'm not talking about the song either. So, anywho, that's what I got, man. That's all I got. Let me know down in the comments what y'all thought of this. It was just something to let y'all know I'm still here, still alive, just working, keeping it up. And this will be dropping probably today. Today is Sunday. Again, happy Mother's Day to the Mother's Day out there, to the Mother's Days. Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there. Shout out to the red legs out there that I talked for about 30 fucking minutes for. And last but not least, shout out to all y'all for sticking with me. I appreciate all 75 of y'all dedicated fools that, hear me either on the podcast platforms on Spotify or are an Apple podcast, and all you cats that listen to me on YouTube, or watch me on YouTube, do me a favor. If you made it this far, just hit that like button, hit that thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and sooner or later, things will get better. Anywho, that's why I'm working as well, because I do want to eventually have enough money to update and upgrade my studio, which is now my front room here with the axolotls and shit. Anywho, with that being said, rounds complete and a mission, gun line out. Stand by, fire. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. Y'all be easy out there. Deuces. March order, motherfuckers.